Good morning, yogis. Welcome to Morning Cup of Yoga. You can go ahead and just roll right out of bed and onto your mat for this one, like I appear to be doing here. It's a 30-minute yoga practice with some Vinyasa flow, some energizing movements, a little bit of core strength and muscle activation. We'll begin today in an easy seat on our mat, cross-legged. Find a straight spine. And on the inhale, just reach our fingertips up towards the sky, taking a nice big morning stretch. And on the exhale, bring your hands to heart center, closing your eyes, and repeating one word that will be your mantra throughout today. For me, it is positivity. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center, close your eyes, repeat that word to yourself. I'm going to bring that cup half full mentality to every challenge of my day today. Inhale one more time, full body stretch, reach those arms up. Exhale, repeat your word, your mantra to yourself. Let's sweep those arms high one more time, dropping our shoulders down and back. And then pick a side. We'll take a nice side body stretch that way. You can come onto your hand or your forearm, making sure to keep both sit bones grounded. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale to the other side, either coming onto your hand or down to your forearm to deepen the stretch, as long as you keep your sit bones grounded on the mat. Maybe bringing the gaze up. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, just drop your fingertips by your side on the mat. We'll go ahead and crawl the fingertips around behind our sit bones so that our heart naturally peels open towards the sky. We can bring our gaze up to meet it. Let's thank the universe for giving us a beautiful day under the sun. And crawl your fingertips all the way around in front of you, further away from your body, till you're in a forward fold over your legs. And we'll thank the earth for supporting us as we walk through our day today. You can hinge forward, rocking onto your knees. Let's find tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over hands, hips over knees. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, cat, round the spine, tuck the chin. Let's flow through these cat-cows at your own pace, moving with your breath, one breath per movement. Taking any organic movements that serve you this morning. Tune into your body and your needs. They're going to be much different than mine. Maybe you can flip your fingertips to face yourself and keep flowing through the cat-cows if that feels good. Get a nice stretch on the wrists here. Opening up those forearms. Just another round or two at your own pace. And we'll come back to neutral, flipping our fingertips to face the top of our mat. Let's rise up onto our knees. Tuck your hips underneath you, forming one straight line between the crown of your head to your knees. We're in a kneeling Tadasana pose. And then go ahead and hinge back, keeping your body flat. Engage your core. We're just rocking back in our seat, enough to activate our muscles. Come back to Tadasana. And then we're going to hinge forward and tuck the tops of our heads to the mat. So bowing down, grounding to the earth. You can use your hands to do this, or you can challenge yourself bringing your hands to your hips. And go ahead and hinge forward, tucking chin to chest. It's just a baby tap, gently, crown of the head meets the earth, and then slowly rise back up to kneeling Tadasana. Again, we'll rock back, activating our quads, our glutes, our hamstrings, squeezing our core. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, hinge and bow. Again, an option to use your hands if you need to on the earth. We'll do this 2 more times. If your feet are flat, maybe you want to try tucking your toes under. You're going to feel different sensation in your feet and around your feet. We'll do 2 more, going at your own pace here. Everyone's different, so if you don't like tucking your toes, leave them flat. If you like tucking your toes, feels different and good, go ahead and do it. Really activating all of our muscles here as we move through this little snippet. We'll come back to that kneeling Tadasana. Untuck your toes if you'd like. Inhale, sweep the arms high. And on the exhale, crack your heart open to one side of the mat. Bring your gaze back towards your fingertips. Keeping your hips square to the top of the mat. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, crack your heart open to the other side of your mat. Teeing your arms out, reaching one arm forward, one arm back. Inhale through center. And the exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Again, repeating that word to yourself that you chose. We're going to bring this word with us throughout class. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, same thing. Crack open one way. Inhale through center. Exhale, open up the other way. Inhale, fingers to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. This time, maybe you take a seat on your heels. Again, repeating that word. And then your inhale, you'll sweep your arms and rise back up onto your knees. And the exhale, crack open one direction. Inhale through center. Exhale, peel open the other way, maybe bringing your gaze towards your back fingers. Inhale through center again. Exhale, hands to heart center, and maybe sitting back onto your heels. Inhale, sweep your arms high. Your hands will guide your hips through to kneeling. Exhale, open up to one side. Listen for a change here. We're going to take half revolved camel. So you can reach your back hand for that same side back heel or thigh. Or if this back bend is not for you, just stay in that cracked open position. So if you're reaching for your heel or thigh, then take your opposite arm, reach it overhead. Gaze comes up towards the top hand. Feeling a gentle back bend here. Inhale, back up the same way we came into it. And we'll meet back in that kneeling posture, kneeling Tadasana. Then exhale, crack open the opposite way. Again, you either stay here or take your variation of that revolved half camel. Reaching your arm overhead towards the opposite heel. Your next inhale takes you back out of it the same way you came into it, into kneeling Tadasana. And you can let your hands fall down to your hips by your side, whatever feels good. We'll just step that right leg forward into a kneeling low lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms high, maybe sinking into our hip flexor a little bit more. You can open your heart up to the sky if you want another gentle back bend here. Always your choice. And then the exhale, send the hips back, coming into half splits. Tuck knee to nose. You can keep a slight bend in your extended leg if you'd like. Your next breath in takes you back into that kneeling lunge. And then just suck that knee back into kneeling Tadasana using your core strength. We'll switch it out. Left foot steps out into kneeling crescent. Inhale, arms sweep high. Maybe leaning into that hip flexor stretch. Option to open your heart up to the sky. And on the exhale, send your hips back, coming into half splits. Hinging from the hips, reaching your nose towards your knee. Inhale, back into that lunge, rebend the front knee, and step it back into kneeling Tadasana. From here, we'll bring our toes in and our knees out, sit back on our heels, and just slowly crawl your way into child's pose. Inching the fingertips towards the top of your mat. Taking a few full deep breaths here, feeling your belly and ribcage expand on each inhale, and empty completely on each exhale. Take one more deep breath here. Nice and slow. On your next inhale, rise up to tabletop, tuck the toes under, and send the hips high into downward facing dog. You can begin to walk out your dog here, bending into one knee and the other. Nice and slow, just observing how your body feels in this new posture. And we'll find a static down dog. Inhale up to our toes. Exhale, drop the heels towards the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale, drop the heels towards the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop the heels straight back behind you. Maybe finding a deeper downward facing dog now. On your inhale, roll forward through each vertebrae of your spine, coming into plank pose. Let's drop our left knee onto our mat, kickstand that foot out behind us, and then open up our body for a nice big side stretch from toe to finger. Inhale, reach into the side stretch. Exhale, let's crunch elbow meets knee. Inhale, reach into the side stretch. Exhale, crunch. If they don't connect, that's okay. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend, reach, reach, reach. And then we'll come back the same way we came into it, moving through plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the right fingertips off the mat and see if you can reach for the outside of your left ankle. Coming into a bit of a twisted downward facing dog. You can reach for your calf or shin as well. Come back to center and then switch it out. This time left arm reaches for the outside of your right shin or ankle. Gaze just peeks under that armpit and back through center. Again, rolling forward into plank on that inhale. Drop the right knee this time. Kickstand those toes out behind you. Inhale, find that side body stretch nice and long. Exaggerate as much as you like. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, extend for 2. Exhale, tap knee to elbow. Last one, inhale, extend, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crawl back into plank pose. And send the hips high for downward facing dog. Take one deep breath here. As you're ready, begin walking your toes towards your hands and hands towards your toes, meeting yourself in forward fold in the middle of your mat. Take a generous bend in your knees here. Just let your upper body hang. Maybe taking a ragdoll by reaching for opposite elbows And letting your upper body rock from side to side, nice and fluid. Take some head nods here, like you're saying yes to someone. Maybe shake the head no. And then when you're ready, bring your fingertips to the earth. Keep a generous bend in your knees. And we'll bring the left hand into the center of our feet. Straighten through the right leg. And open the right arm up to the sky, finding a twisted forward fold. Gaze can follow that hand. Bring the hand back to the earth. Rebend both knees. Inhale, straighten through the left leg. Left fingertips reach up to the sky, opening your heart to the side of your mat. Gaze can follow your hand. Exhale back into forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms high, rising up nice and slowly into mountain pose, Tadasana. Tuck our tailbone under, activate all of the muscles on our legs. Inhale your shoulders up to your ears, nice and high. Exhale, drop your shoulders down your back. Inhale, reach your fingertips towards the sky, and exhale, crack open to one side of your mat, just like we did on our knees. Inhale through center. Exhale, crack open the opposite way. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, cactus your arms. Peel your heart open to the sky. Find a gentle back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, close your eyes. Bring hands to heart center. Repeat that word you chose to bring with you through all of today. And continue to fold forward, hinging from your hips, coming into forward fold, and then making your way into plank pose. We'll flow through a modified vinyasa. You can drop to your knees, tuck your elbows in towards your ribcage as you lower halfway, and inhale up into a cobra, keeping a bend in your elbows. Tuck your toes, exhale, send the hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat, either step or hop there. Coming into forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms high, rising up into Tadasana, mountain pose. Shifting your weight onto your left foot, bring your right knee up to crane, thighs parallel to the earth. And then on your exhale, step it back slowly into crescent lunge. Squaring your hips off to the top of your mat by bringing your right forward and left hip back. We'll just drop our back knee to the mat, untuck our back toes, and peel our heart open towards the sky, Anjaneyasana, kneeling crescent. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, coming back into crescent lunge, and then stepping forward back into crane. Now reach your left fingertips for the outside of your right knee, and send your right fingertips straight back behind you. You can bring your gaze back towards your fingertips for an added challenge here. Inhale through center, and then exhale, slowly bend your front knee and step back into Warrior Two, adjusting your stance as needed. Teeing those arms out, opening our hips to the side of the mat, and bending our front knee. Inhale, reach forward, coming into side angle. Exhale, reverse warrior. And then cartwheel your arms down and flow through chaturanga. You could take it from your knees or up on your toes, whichever way you prefer. We'll inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take one deep breath here. refinding your center. Then inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel there. Inhale, halfway lift, find a flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high, mountain pose. Shift your weight onto your right foot this time, lifting the left knee up for crane. Exhale, step back into crescent lunge. Finding a strong lunge here. And then we'll drop to our back knee when you're ready. Peel the heart open, untuck the back toes, finding Anjaneyasana, this kneeling crescent posture. Retuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step back into crane at the top of your mat. Take twisted crane again by reaching the right fingertips for the outside of the left knee and letting the left arm peel open towards the back of your mat. Again, your gaze following that hand if you'd like. Come back through crane, bend in the right knee, and then step back into warrior two. Finding a strong and confident warrior pose here. Then inhale, reach your back arm forward, side angle. Exhale, reverse it towards the back of your mat, reverse warrior. And cartwheel those arms down to frame the front foot and move through your vinyasa flow, taking the option that feels good to you. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Notice how much more energy you feel coursing through your veins than you did from when you started this class. Notice the speed of your heartbeat and the warmth of your breath. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel there. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep high, mountain pose. And we'll prepare for our balancing sequence of class today. Let's create some beautiful trees with our body. Keep our right foot grounded on the mat. Bring that left foot to find the shin, the thigh, or you can even cross it over the front of your right thigh. Whichever stance feels good to you. Maybe you challenge it by bringing the foot higher on your body. And then go ahead and find a fun place to put your arms. Maybe challenging your balance. Sometimes I like to close my eyes here for a few breaths, for a few seconds even. And notice how my stability changes. Maybe your arms are branches swaying in the wind, going every which way. This can also be a balance challenge. Or find your favorite mudra. This is your tree, your creation. You're beautiful and strong just as you are. And then just extend that leg straight in front of you, shake it out for a second, and then we'll hold it, flexing the toes towards our face. And we'll find figure four. You can cross it over your thigh just above the knee and sink the hips back as deep as you'd like to find this figure four squat. Or if you can cross that foot over by your hip, just like one of the tree variations, we can find toe stance, reaching our fingertips for the earth as we lower our hips, coming on to our toe, our right toe here. And then maybe you can take your hands off the earth and into a mudra. This is a bit of a challenge. I'm very wobbly when I try this, but it is fun. If not, you can just leave your fingertips on the earth. Any place you get to is a beautiful place. And we'll stand back up. If you're in figure 4, just meet us by shaking out that leg. We'll shake out the right leg as well. And then take tree to the other side. So left leg stays grounded, rooted into the earth. And take your right foot wherever you please. Recognizing this side could be very different than the other. And form your branches. Maybe trying something different on this side. Notice your breath like wind flowing through you. Engage your core to stay rooted. And then again, we'll just shake that leg out for a second. Extend it straight out in front of us and hold, activating the core. And then we'll find figure 4, if you did so on the other side, or if you wanted to come down into that toe squat stance, we'll do that as well. So if you're coming into toe squat, crossing that ankle over up by the hip. If you can't do this, then figure 4 is a great place for you to hang out. We'll just slowly lower ourselves down onto our toe. And this side, my hip is much tighter, so I'm just going to take one hand to my heart, leaving one grounded on the mat. Noticing your own body's limitations is a great way to be intuitive and find a place that works for you. We'll come out of it the same way that we came in. Shake out both legs one more time. Then let's take our heels and toes out, coming into a stance just wider than hip width distance. Drive those knees out as you sink your hips down, finding a low Yogi Squat or Malasana. You can use your elbows to drive your knees out, bringing your hands to heart center. Maybe reaching one arm up at a time, bringing your gaze up towards that hand, and leaving the other elbow to pry open your knee. One more breath here. Hanging out in Malasana. And we'll bring our hands to the earth, send our hips high into forward fold. Let's toe heel our feet to meet each other. In the center of our bodies, big toes to touch. And slowly rise all the way up to our last mountain pose of class. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Repeating that word to yourself one last time for today's practice, but not your last time for today. We'll close our practice by bowing forward, touching our fingertips to our third eye center. Namaste. Now go enjoy your day. Thanks, yogis, for joining me for this morning cup of yoga.